So, sorry about that. I just happened to look down and notice that somehow my Shadow Play had just kicked off the stream. It had like a little red strikeout over the streaming icon on the screen. So I don't know how much of that you guys missed. Did everybody hear my clever anecdote about recording guitar riffs into the voice memo app on my phone on the street? Because if you didn't, that's one for the ages, folks. I'm telling you. Perhaps not the right sequence. Oh man, you guys missed it. It was so cool. I was talking about trying to figure out if there's any indication of what order these ought to go in. What I was talking about is this. I was looking at this piano sheet music down here. I just started looking on my phone because I was wondering what these. I was wondering what this tune actually sounded like. You know, if I just played out like F, F, G, G sharp, A sharp, G, F. Because that does, I like just looking at it and just thinking about like what an F to G sharp progression sounds like. I don't know how musical that would be, and I can't really reach my guitar from my seat to check it out. So anyway, we've got all of the bells restored. That in and of itself may be all there is to this puzzle, but I do seem to remember picking up a note somewhere that seemed to say something about the. I can't remember now. Let's go back to the case. Brent, what axes do you have? Chevelle, Ibanez. I've got a few. I used to have a really nice Ibanez. It was I mean, it wasn't like a super expensive guitar or anything, but man, it sounded great. It was kind of a, it was like a Strat style. I mean, not like exactly a Strat. It looked more like a Jackson Strat style. Had a regular tremolo, no Floyd Rose, but it had like really great action. It was probably the best playing guitar I had at the time. It had really great action. It had a really really smooth, just like not painted. Like the neck was natural, and really smooth playing, really fast playing. It was the first 24 fret guitar I ever owned, and it had a really hot bridge pickup. It was great for chunking metal kind of stuff. And oh yeah, that black box is back. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, man, I'm telling you, I gotta turn off that Mobiola webcam app. I'm sure that's what's causing this. Anyway, thank you for the reminder, good Brent. I appreciate it. So anyway, but anyway, I used to have a really cool Ibanez that I don't have anymore. I'm not seeing this note that I picked up. I wonder if I took a picture of it. Let me check my phone. So anyway, so what axes do I have? I've got a Harmony acoustic, which is the first guitar I ever owned. I told that story earlier this week, actually. My dad bought it for me at a garage sale. So I've got that Harmony. I've got a PVT-60 electric, which was my first electric guitar. It's a bizarre mix of kind of like a Les Paul, like think of something the size of a Les Paul in terms of thickness and everything, but more of like a Strat style. It's got like the upper and lower horns like a Strat. It's got an inline 6 headstock with the tuning pegs, kind of like a Strat. It's a natural finish guitar. It sounds awesome. It's got like a really really thick tone. That is really really cool, really kind of dark and moody sounding. It's great for all kinds of stuff. And then let's see, I've got a Squire Strat that I bought from a buddy of mine. which the guitar itself is not. I mean, it's not the greatest thing that's ever been. It's you know, the tuners are kind of crap and the neck is kind of crap, but somebody put an aftermarket set of pickups in it. It wasn't my buddy, he bought it like this, but put an aftermarket set of pickups in it, and it actually sounds quite good. I mean, it really sounds like a Strat, like it's got that real glassy kind of Strat tone that everybody, or at least that I really associate with Stratocasters. Great for blues stuff. Great for, you know, like really kind of clean guitar work. So let's see. Okay, Harmony. I got the T60. I got the Strat, and then I've got an Ovation acoustic. One of their lower end acoustic guitars. That was a Christmas present from my ma and my pa, and that's quite nice. It's a nice sounding acoustic. And then let's see, the next one I got is I've got a Les Paul. I've got an actual Les Paul special. It's a black, but it's kind of like got like a worn finish. Like it's slightly distressed. It's got like this kind of they've tried to, you know, make it look like kind of like a vintage Les Paul, but it's a little bit thinner. It's a little bit thinner than an actual Les Paul. It's got a scalloped back, so it's a little bit more comfortable to wear for long periods of time. And man, it sounds freaking awesome. It's got really, really nice, thick tone, great sustain. I'm very, very happy with that guitar. And then my latest, the last axe I bought a few years ago for myself was an LTD V401DX. Which is sitting here in the office beside me. It is it's one of the ESP LTD's Flying V guitars. It's you know, got a Floyd Rose setup. It's really angular. It's beautiful. It's got this black finish that is like semi-transparent, so you can actually see like this great kind of you can see like the great grain pattern of like the maple underneath it. So imagine a texture that looks like a tiger's stripes but is black. Like that's what the guitar looks like, and it is pimp fucking ass, son. It's got EMG pickups in it. I actually got an aftermarket to put in the neck position because the pickup that's on it just sounds a little thin. And I did a lot of reading, and several people who own this guitar recommended throwing in one of the other EMG pickups in the neck position to give it a little bit more of a full sound. And I've got the pickup, but I have not installed it yet. So that's a project I got to do one of these days. But anyway, so that's my axes at the moment. I sold the Ibanez. I got rid of that. I think I traded it for an amplifier or something years ago. So right now, but I've got, other than that Ibanez, I've got every guitar I've ever owned, which is the Harmony, the PV, the Squier Strat, the Ovation, the Les Paul, and now the LTD Flying V. Oh yeah, man, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with music, man. I've played a few of their guitars, and I've been impressed. They sound pretty damn good. Alrighty, let me look over what I've got stashed away here, because I'm at the point now where I feel like I kind of know what puzzles or what I need for the puzzles, but I don't have what I need for the puzzles, if that makes any sense. I think in the church here, I'm thinking communion wine. I mean, there's the wafers, there's cups ready to go, there's this open carafe, although MV was saying earlier that, you know, this is actually more of like a coffee thing. But I don't have no fucking coffee beans, son. So I'm trying to think about what is going to be required to make that happen. let me see. While I'm doing this, I'm going to look something up here. And no, I'm not cheating. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this Ibanez JS1000 that Fetui was talking about. Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. Yep, I was very fond of mine. Very fond of it. Okay, and let me look at this. Sorry, talk amongst yourselves. I'm looking up guitars. Oh yeah, yeah, very similar body style. Have you played one? Do you like how they play? Do you like how they sound? The I've only picked up a couple and played them in like music stores, but the one that sticks in my mind, it was this beautiful kind of blue burst finish, like really kind of bright towards the center and like getting darker as it went out towards the edges of the body. And the thing in my mind, the thing that I remember about playing that guitar, the experience I remember having with it, was just how smooth the neck felt. Like the action and everything just felt like perfect out of the box. It's like one of the few guitars that I picked up and played and didn't feel like, oh, yeah, this will be great once I have a little bit of work done, get the action the way I want it. The neck felt the neck and just the action felt spectacular, like right off the rack. Soul music, involuntary emotions, thick and dense flow through me as my tuner draws close to the metal lifeline encased within the body of the piano. Waves of beauty rising high and plummeting low to illuminate me in a way that nature never allowed. I hone each of them till they are in tune and just right for her. I cannot see her, for that is the way it has always been, my blindness preventing me from that joy. My only distraction is that intolerable church bell ringing out, disrupting the smooth lines of the piano's tune with harsh metallic edges that dull her beauty. The reason I keep harping on this is because, again, in the demo, this door opened up and there was something inside of the piano, and so again, it's that whole kind of the expectation of how it's going to work. But I haven't explicitly asked this question of any of the developers, but it certainly seems like they changed some things from the demo to the final game, possibly to keep it a surprise. Maybe they thought, hey, somebody's going to do some let's play, somebody's going to talk about some spoilers and stuff. People are going to get into the game thinking, hey, I know how to do this puzzle, and then wrong. We're talking about Rick James, man. The support for the church by the faithful people of Pinwheel has been astounding since the end of the war. The collection baskets are filled with charity every single Sunday, allowing us to provide support through faith like never before. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Mark 12:31. Reverend Hemingway. Hemingway. Bells tolling. I think you know where this is going. What the mind thinks, the heart transmits. All right. I'm out of ideas in the church. Let's go back over to the school and see if anything shakes loose. Fatui says, no, I haven't tried one, but I've read a lot and seen videos, and people say that for the retail price for around $630, it's a great deal. The original Music Mans are insanely high price. It's also going to be my first 7-string. Yeah, you're not wrong. They are not cheap guitars. Maybe you have to find the right tune to get it open. Yeah, that's possible. When I first tuned it up and then played